Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? Today we're going to try something a bit different. I'm going to go into Jund because I know some people like to Jund them out, but I'm going to try playing a whole bunch of artifact synergies and see if that's good enough in the current standard. Alright, so the key pieces to this whole pile, we're going to start with Teething Wormlet. We're going to be playing a ton of artifacts, so we should be able to get life every turn and get a +1/+1 every turn without a whole lot of issue. And it's only one counter at a time, but hey, the life gain could matter against like mono red and such. Along with that idea of playing all the artifacts, we're going to be playing Patchwork Automaton, because getting a +1/+1 every turn, sometimes multiples in a turn, is going to be very good there as well. To aid these as well, we're going to be playing Gala Greeters, because one of the modes on Gala Greeters, you can choose to make an artifact, which triggers the Wormlet. So we like that, and in a pinch, you just gain life and get a bigger creature. Especially when we're playing it alongside the Oni Cult Anvil. So now you can sack that treasure, have the treasure become a creature, the creature triggers the Gala Greeters, you get another thing into play for the Wormlet, so you get another life, and it's this whole lovely family situation, so we like that. I know a lot of you like playing Urabraska's Forge, so we're going to throw that in here as well and see if this does anything. This is actually good because while the creature isn't an artifact, the card itself is, and it's perpetual damage. And if we end up dealing with early sweepers or something like that, this could be a way we could still get over the finish line. Now, alongside these cards, we're going to try some other stuff out like Transmogrant's Crown, because we do have a fair amount of way to sacrifice some creatures with the Only Cult Anvil, or just run our creatures into stuff, and the opponent will want to block. I'm going to try a copy as well of Beamtown Beatstick, just giving something menace, especially like a Teething Wormlet after it gets to be like a 6/6 or a 7/7. Just puts more pressure on the opponent, and maybe this helps. I don't really care that much about the treasure, but we'll see. Maybe we're just trying to be too cute here. We are going to play a Braids as well, because Braids letting us sacrifice artifacts when we have so many could end up being easy life drain on the opponent, and maybe even some extra cards, but could be pretty sweet. And we're going to give the nod to Obnixilis here. We're going to play a couple copies of this. Mostly because we do have things like Urabraska's Forge that's going to give us tokens we could sacrifice, or even one of the ones left over from the Anvil. And in doing so, we can just kind of, again, play around those longer games where we can just keep making the opponent discard cards, and hopefully it goes the way we want. And one of the other things we're going to try out here is a Marriott. I haven't really played this in any deck list yet, but here, because we have a lot of things like the equipment, we'll have Urabraska's Forge, just some creatures we may not be attacking with, it would be okay to tap some things and get access to extra cards, because that's a thing this deck doesn't do too well, so that would actually be pretty sweet as well. And then one of the other creatures we're going to play is just Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Nothing real surprising here. It should be fairly easy to cast. It's a big creature later in the game. It gives us lifelink. So yeah, I'm into it. Otherwise, we're going to be playing a couple of little catch-all things, some removal, the expected cards, no real surprise. But if you want the full deck list, we're going to talk about it at the end of the video, where we'll see what we learned from playing these games, because I'm sure we're going to have some different choices. And as always, if you want the deck list, you can get it down in the description below. Just look for the little blue arrows. Otherwise, enjoy these games, and I'll catch you on the back end of the video. Well, this doesn't feel great, but we'll keep it. I mean, I guess we just anvil. I mean, if we're... Oh, that... Maybe? Sure? Alright. Why not? If they have a removal card, we'll just make them spend one. If not, maybe we get away with a little something. Invasion of Mercadia. So they draw 2, discard 2? Oh, doing Reanimator shenanigans, huh? Don't know how I feel about that. Let's do this. We'll get a treasure from this duder. So if they do kill our stuff, we at least are still functioning next turn. Because they might just play like Brotherhood's End here, honestly. No, Fable. Alright. So the question now becomes, do we think we could outrace that in some way, shape, or form? We can play this, which produces another treasure. We can use the existing treasure for this. Put a +1. And we can attack. And we will sack a treasure. And this is where we are. So they get to reanimate a thing, but we might be able to make lethal. We'll see. It depends on what they get off the top of the library. But we know they're going to be able to reanimate here. If not, I'd be really surprised. So yeah, we're going to block with braids, because why not? Here comes a Tali. Yep. And a Tali brings with it 2 things. What are those 2 things? Looks like one was a battle. So that's good. And that's good. Yeah, so they didn't hit anything worthwhile here. We got it. Like, they can't even beat what's on board. And they know we have a Ronin. A good thing, too, because that's not going to help anything. Yep, +1. And get in there. So that worked out nicely. Whew. Alright, let's keep. Not really sure where this type of hand's going to lead, because it's not an aggressive hand at all. But we have some removal cards. We can maybe set up some things. Guess we'll go ahead and just run one of these out here. A little bit risky, but we'll see if anything happens to it. Shigeki, alright. Returning Shigeki is part of the cost. So if we wanted to kill it, we kind of have to kill him now. Which, you know, I guess so. Pass the turn. Alright, they didn't have anything else to go with that. That is good news. Let's go with this. And this is just if it's on our turn, right? Whenever you sacrifice one more control battle during your turn. Alright, so if they do this during our end step, we'll still get value out of this. So that's fine. Mostly what I wanted to know. End the turn. So we're going to turn this into some 1/1s. Sacrifice a non-token creature, though. So if we sacrifice this, we end up with 2 tokens. Look at that. Got around it. Okay. Not sure what the opponent's deck does yet. Which is a little concerning. Go with this first. Okay. We can see how this works out for us. I'll be cute and put it on one of these. And attack. Alright, opponent says they'll just take it. We'll get a treasure, which we love to see. And then I'll go ahead and sack one of these. Actually, if I'm going to do that, I might as well sack the one that doesn't have anything on it. Alright. And I don't know what they're playing, so I'm going to hold on to this Beseju, actually. I was thinking I was going to play it, but Alright, I guess it didn't matter. Oh boy, let's keep it. This is interesting, because this game could be played a few different ways. I think, though... I'm going to try to minimize damage here, so I'm just going to play this tapped. I'm going to play the Automaton with the assumption that it could die, but then if we play the Automaton, I'm probably just following up with Urabrass Forge. Which I don't mind, because then we get a little potential value out of the Ob Nixilis, because then we get to sack the token, which will be a 2-2 at that point. So, maybe. Oh, this could also just be Esper Legends of some kind, and this is not going to be the easiest thing. But, let's go with it. Actually, I have green, too, though. So I don't know what this is. Humans, apparently. Oh, Reanimator. You're a zombie, though. Oh, you know what this is? We're about to get hit with, what's his name? Joda. That's unfortunate. Trying to think, how do we set up to deal with Joda, but I guess this is the next best thing. Yeah, opponent just Joda's next turn. I don't think we have an out. I think we just give them the GGs and they got it. Yeah, they got all their colors now. All right, GGs. Let's see it. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been, I guess. Still bad, but not as bad as it could have been. So this is going to be a 2-2 now. We can double up Nixilis, have a blocker. This could come into play. Yeah, none of this is great. It's all just kind of okay. No attack, because I want to be able to sacrifice the 2-2. It's not my favorite thing, but it's a thing. Alright. And we're going to lose at least one Ob Nixilis here, if not both. Well, alright. Urtai it is. So straight up kills one. Well, we're going to lose both of them then. Wow, and more land. That is not what we wanted to see here. And now they get free cards with the Juru. Interesting. Alright, GG's if you got anything good. Wow, they missed. They bricked. Not 100% sure how, but okay. Alrighty, we will play... Man, I kind of want to turn this into a 3-3. So we did just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I guess the problem is we can almost play it as a 7-7 in 2 turns, though, right? So maybe we don't. I mean, I don't know if we're going to live that long, to be honest. I'm probably just pushing for too much here. 1, 2. I mean, I guess we could do it next turn, though, if we get a treasure. Alright. And we're going to get a creature token here anyway.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
We'll gain 2 because we'll probably need it. The +1/+1. No attacks. Alright. I can't see how they bricked last turn looking at 6 cards, but they obviously did. Another Rathadrabix. Alright, so they're going to get a pile of tokens when stuff dies. I really don't feel like we should even be in this game, honestly. like this just feels silly. Alright, cool. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, alright. This does some things, I guess. Get in there for 2. That'll be good for later, but for now, we're going to try this. Alright. Well, that doesn't help us at all, does it? Alright, attack. Are they willing to block, is the question. Looks like they are. Maybe. I mean, the thing is, if they have a cut down next turn in a land, they could cut down the Wormlet, use the Harvester to kill the Automaton. But if they don't have that, then I'm not sure what their turn's going to look like. Man, not drawing a land there, though. Ooh, that's rough. Real rough. Would have been nice to juice up the Automaton, but no such luck. Alright. Cut down for the Wormlet. If so, they aren't showing it to us. Alright, well. I mean, we can maybe try to get treasure the hard way. This is rough. Getting in for 5, but I mean now Liliana's rough. Like there's all kinds of things that don't bode well for us. All right, they only discarded a Bank Buster, and in this day and age, that's a positive thing. Man, we need a land badly deck. Because this Wormlet, I don't think is going to get us across the finish line by itself. Well, wasn't even a Shieldred there. Interesting. I mean, it's got to be kill spell. I was going to say, is your whole hand like Invoke Despairs or something otherwise? That would have been weird. Okay. I guess we play this. And I'm just going to go ahead and play this. I mean, put the opponent low enough, I suppose. They're at 8. I mean, we're doing as much as we can with no mana. Opponent's got 5. Was not an Invoke Despair, but that is a little bit of a problem for us. So that's real. Not that we don't have stuff we could discard, but, you know. Found some more land, so that's a little bit helpful. What are we looking to do here? I mean, alright, let's do this. Shoot that. We'll discard this Simulacrum since we can play it out of the yard. I mean, yeah, of course. You can crew Bankbuster and all that. Not that we're doing much about it. And no attacks. We're just going to sack this. Alright. Let's see where that puts us. I feel like we might have got mana too little too late, but still a chance. Alright, there's a Shieldred. Which I'm assuming they have a real removal card. And if so, we don't get much off, or anything really off of this Braids. Well, maybe they don't have anything. And we just pass. In the turn. They're going to draw. Resolve. Resolve. Still go to end of turn. We're going to sack. Oh, it has to be. Yeah, we'll sack this. Opponent's going to crew. I guess so they can sack a creature. I mean, I was going to give them the option anyway, I guess. But yeah, why not? Because this gets us another life and another body. All right. Dead Wormlet? Dead Braids? Oh, cut down. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll block. You got it. And then Invoke Despair. Because it's always Invoke Despair. Either way, we would have died not blocking. I guess we would have been at 1, so. Yep. Alright. We'll keep it. Alright, let's see if we can attack with this. They did not flip it on the first attempt, but this usually means we're playing against mono blue, which means when we start playing stuff, things are going to get countered, and it's going to be very sad, but you know what? Let's see what happens. Alright. I mean, this isn't great with the hand we had. I would have much rather had, like, our wormlets and stuff like that. But without it, we'll just have to make do. Things are what they are. I don't have a good way to entice the opponent into using that. So I'm thinking we just play this. We play this. See if they counter this. I doubt it, but maybe. Alright, they're using a Make Disappear. We'll go to attacks. Fading Hope it. Alright. There must be a really cheap big worm or something coming here. Nope, still no. Okay. That's a thing. I guess we'll try this. And then we try this. Which now this probably gets countered. No? Are we looking to untap the Aberration, perhaps? Oh well, if you do, you do. Nope. Well, I guess we're just going to draw cards then. Because I can't imagine just doing nothing here. Yeah, I was going to say, that wouldn't have made any sense. Ugh. Gross. Probably going to Fading Hope our Automaton, which is kind of gross. Can't do much about that. Alright, we're down to 10. Ooh, that's something. Not what I was intending, but you know, we'll take it. It's one of the few ways we might be able to race here. If they bounce it, we try to replay it. Okay. Opponent's at 8. I guess we end... I mean, you know what? Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not sure I'd really want to draw here. This is interesting, right? Because if they play Harijin... Okay, they don't have it. I was thinking if they did, what type of turn we'd be looking at, but... Oh, now that's something. Alright, let's try this. Since we have double Enforcer and we have the mana for it. Thank you, Arena, for tapping properly. One. Now, I'm assuming we can bounce one of them. Or something. Otherwise, their hand makes no sense to me. I mean, we're going to just all-out attack. If you got tricks, you got tricks. Here we go. I mean, I guess we try to Ob Nixilis next turn. But I have to assume at least one is a Fading Hope. I don't know what the other one is. But it's got to be Fading Hope Chump Block, right? Oh, March. That's cool. But because they needed the extra mana, it cost them their hand effectively. So that's, you know, that's fine. We will take that exchange because we get to keep all of our things in play. We don't have to sacrifice them. Because normally we would turn one to our hand and one would sacrifice, but we don't even have that problem now. Yeah. All right. Cool. That works for us. Sure, let's go. Commune with spirits. Alright, I guess we go with this. Alright, hopefully this doesn't blow up in our face. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. I was like, if there were something to get, that's not bad. I would much rather have been a land, but I will take this as a consolation prize. Because now they have to trade one with the Weaver, or just take some damage, and we're okay with that. And now if they exile something, they only get to exile one thing with their Weaver of Harmony, and that's pretty special. We don't hate that. Opponent, do you have anything else? Oh gosh, is their hand just like Hallowed Hauntings? Oh boy. I mean, I guess with a Hallowed Haunting, that's still not bad for us. Nope, Spirited Companion. Alright. They're going to draw another card? They're not. They're just going to save the block. Which is probably correct. Okay. What are our choices here with the opponent at 9? I think we're still kind of on the reinforcement plan here for some reason. And they're not going to trade both of those for the Wormlet, so I assume they're just chump blocking with the Companion. Yeah, and keeping the Harmony. Oh, no, they're giving up the Weaver. Okay. Cool. So now we just exile the Wormlet straight up. Okay, there's Jukai Naturalist and Weaver of Harmony. Okay. Makes sense. Ooh, that is a good card to have here, but does it help us? This is a tough one. How do we deal with this? Because tempting to want to kill the Jukai Naturalist. Sadly, because everything costs 3, even playing the Boseiju doesn't net us anything. You know what? I think I am just gonna... I mean, I'll probably regret this. But here we go. I mean, I was gonna say, maybe they'll just block for the threat of being at 1, think we might shock them or something. Which, to be fair, we could have actually got them trouble with, like, a Braids there, so... would make sense. Alright. Spirited Companion, sure. Man, if we'd have gotten mana somewhere along the way, I think we could have been alright. But, we're just gonna try to make do with what we got here. Alright. Opponent's at 4. There's the Hallowed Haunting. They didn't have anything else. Or maybe it's just stuff that exiles like creatures is the issue here. If so, let's do this. I'm going to not attack, and I'm just going to make 2 Obnixilis here. And just put the pressure on the opponent this way. Because they're only at 4, so it's like, you don't discard, cool.
I'm gonna remake this town.
And the Spirited Companion's too small to kill either of these Obnixilis, so whatever.
Is my entertainment. Defy me, and you
All right.
lose everything.
So now they got to get rid of double Obnixilis. They've got to deal with the +1, or I guess a 3 power thing that's coming. Okay, that gets rid of a Planeswalker, obviously. Is it just another one? Oh, were they holding all ossifications? They were. Gosh, dang it. I hate that card. But here's the good news. Opponent is at 2. We can just play Braids, sacrifice the Urbrass Forge, and the opponent's dead. So, not the way we were expect. Oh, we can't even cast Braids! Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dang it. What do we do here, then? We can't cast Braids. Okay, so we could cast Malira. Malira would leave an extra mana. We could not do anything with that. Alright, then I guess we... Automaton. Attack. Alright, we at least kill one of those off. We're still at enough that we don't die here by a pretty significant margin. Spirited Companion doesn't help our case. We literally just need an untapped black land. That's what we're looking for. Untapped black land, we can still win here. But it's literally it. We have to top deck it on this next one or we're just dead. Alright. And of course it's a tapped one. Wow. Okay. Well, that sucked. Okay. We will keep it. We can at least do stuff with this hand. And we'll play Patchwork, which is a little harder for the opponent to kill till they untap. Well, you get a thing that costs 2 or less. Of course you did. Alright. Unfortunate situation. Alright, well they know we have that. So, do we want to lean in on... Yeah, I guess we try. If they have a way to kill it, they have a way to kill it. Alright. And then here comes Liliana. Nope. Yep, still Liliana.
Something suspicious.
Sure. Like, kind of a weird scenario, the way the mana is going to work out here, but All right. It's one of those ones, like, it doesn't hurt us to be the way that it is, but it also doesn't really help us. All right, you got it. Do 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 do. Yep. I'm just gonna go harvest or simulacrum here in the next turn. Automaton anvil, I think, is the better situation. I guess that means we're gonna be staring at a Liliana, huh? Or a not Liliana, but a Shieldred next turn. Yeah, we'll just pass. I was trying to think what I might want to do here, but didn't really have a good option. Yep. Always Shieldred. Let's see if we can find one of our removal spells for Shieldred, though. That would be nice. Maybe? Nope, that is not it. Well, you know, it could be it. Let's see. Nope, it's not it. Had potential, but it was not. Let's go ahead and sack one of these. Maybe find another artifact or something. Hey, you know what? That ain't terrible either, though. We sack this duder. And we make 2 little ones.
Go sow some chaos.
No attacks.
You work for me now, Ron.
I mean, if they put like Red Land and, I don't know, Brotherhood's End or something, so be it. Like, just a tough life for us. Alright, shoot that. You see where this is going, opponent. I will be getting rid of a Harvester if you are so inclined. Oh yeah, we're on double blocking duty. You can bet your butt on that. Alright. Deal 1 to the opponent. Shieldred's Edict, make us get rid of an automaton. They did not. Okay, things might start getting interesting here. Opponent, what you gonna do?
Your punishment is my entertainment.
What you got? Well, we're not using that anymore, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna... Oh, I still only have 1 black mana. Dang it. Alright, well, this could make a treasure, so that's fine. And then we could just sack the Simulacrum. Oh, they're not gonna give us the opportunity. That sucks. Fair enough. Well, let's just put the counters here then. And I'm gonna attack. Probably could have got away attacking with the automaton there, really. But that's okay. Alright. What's funny is them having a blood token there doesn't help us much when we finally stick our braids. Which is so amusing. They did discard another Shieldred, so I'm a little inclined to block here. Yeah, they didn't want to give that to us, but that sort of plays in our favor there. See if the opponent wants to discard or not.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Ooh, they were going to be foul with a breach.
By coin or card.
Alright, we'll drain you for 1. Alright, we're kind of holding our own under the circumstances. Alright, they're attacking where? I mean, you're going to let them keep growing? Alright. You know what? I'm willing to chump block here. Actually, am I? Hold on. Let me think about that. Because if we don't get a thing... I'm just not sure if they have another Shieldred, I guess. But no blocks. I'm willing to use this. I'll commit to it. And if they just have another, they have another. Okay, they didn't. Now we get a big automaton. Not to say they can't kill it, because they can now if they have the right spell. That's nice, but I am going to sack this, see if we can go ahead and find a black land and start trying to get to the end of the game here. Untapped, please. Hey, thank you. Alright. So now we're going to play this. Now that we're starting to pile up everything here. We'll just +1, why not? Then we'll make the opponent discard, or not. We don't care either way.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
And we'll attack for 6. Alright, they go to 4. I'm assuming they've been holding Invoke Despairs here. But we don't much care. I mean, we sack a land? Yeah, I was going to say, like, you're not going to sack land there if you're trying to play Invoke Despair. So yeah, as that played out, we're in a situation where I think it was neat trying to do all these things, but the truth is, you really can't. You got to just be playing some of the more efficient things to do what you want to do. So while it was cool to try stuff with like the beat stick, to try stuff with like Maria, I just don't think they're good enough. I think we have to cut those. Honestly, Rootwire Amalgam, we're just playing 1, so like that could go away 2. I don't have a problem with that. And probably play another Transmogrant's Crown. And realistically, we probably need to have another Go for the Throat. And I would even like having some type of dragon to come over the top, even if it's like just at Sushi, just be able to try to finish the damage over a Shieldred, or to potentially get us extra treasure, or I don't know, like it does a lot of different things, and I think that could help us here. But Obnixilis came through pretty well. The Simium Simulacrum was actually okay. Helped make our creatures big enough. Ronins were cool. I don't know how many of those we could afford to play, but yeah. Lands, where are we at right now? We've got 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we really can't skimp too much more. We could cut 1 Transmogrant. We don't have a lot of ways to get extra cards, though, without that. But we do have Synthesizer. We would have Transmogrant. We also, I guess, technically have Braids, which sometimes will be extra cards. And I think I would like to try 2 at Sushi, if given the opportunity here. And I think that will help, because the issue sometimes with this is we just weren't able to come over the top and finish. And like I said, there's some cute cards that were kind of interesting or whatever, but they weren't quite doing enough. But you know what? I'm going to go 61. And we're going to play another Go for the Throat. So I think that's where we're going to be with this list. Overall, though, lots of artifacts still. So I think the automatons still work great. Flesh Gorgers are good. Gala Greeters and Wormlet are good. It does what it's supposed to do. So here's what the final list is going to look like. 3 Experimental Synthesizer, 3 Reinforced Ronin, 4 Wormlet, 3 Go for the Throat, 1 Transmogrant's Crown, 4 Gala Greeters, 4 Anvils, 4 Patchwork Automaton, 1 Braids, 2 Forge, 3 Simulacrum, 2 Obnixilis, 2 Atsushi, 2 Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. Though, if you wanted to play something other than Atsushi, you could consider playing a new copy of Obnixilis as well. Because it does have flying, does have trample, could get you access to other cards. The only things we have to deal 1 damage, though, would be Anvils, unless we just got a lucky attack in for 1 somewhere. But it is something to think about if you wanted to do that. So maybe you go 1 and 1 there, and that's a reasonable argument as well. Though Atsushi doesn't die to something like Braids. So Just saying, put it on your radar so you can think about it. The 2 Flesh Gorgers, and then lands we have a Mountain, Beseju, Forest, 4 Blackcleave Cliffs, 3 Sulphur Springs, 1 Deathcap Glade, 3 Copperline Gorge, or 4 Copperline Gorge, 3 Carplusion Forest, 1 Rockfall Vale, 1 Zeotaurus Proving Ground. So yeah, this is kind of a interesting situation because the deck was doing some fun things, but we're in a real world situation where this deck really is hampered by cut down. And that sounds very silly, but if you think about it, cut down really hits all of our cards, even realistically the automaton before it's like a 3/3 or whatever, right? And they can just do it for 3 mana, obviously still targeting it. So like that's a problem, but it takes down Galagreeters, even a Wormlet after it's been on the board for a turn, right? That's a thing. Like it basically shuts off turn 2 and 3 plays, which makes this deck a little bit difficult to play when that much stuff is prevalent playing black, unfortunately. Now, the turns you have stuff that dodges a cut down, the thing actually plays pretty well, and that's pretty sweet. But you just have to know that's going to be a drawback whenever you're walking into battle with this deck. It's unfortunate, but it's just kind of what we're dealing with. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Inventor's Fair. This is a cool card that's sort of didn't get a lot of play with in standard, but I'm starting to see it more and more in various commander decks, even decks that aren't necessarily hard set on playing artifacts. Because if you play a more casual game of commander, you're going to gain probably 3, 4, 5 life off of this, which is pretty cool, and it does just let you search for another artifact. So if you have something that's really powerful, like a Great Hinge, or maybe a Worm Coral Engine, or who knows what else, something that could help your deck, this is a cool way to just have an artifact tutor in your list. And it's a card that was sliding toward bulk early on. Never was really true bulk. It was always worth a couple of dollars. But it slowly made its way back the other direction, and it's now worth like $10+. But if you enjoyed this 3-color pile, check out this other one. We had a lot of fun with the new Sarkhan with some Jeskai dragons. You should go check that out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.